Mr. Speaker, I'm from a zone, and none of the southeast and other zones are captured in this particular place. And this is a national budget. We have to look at it critically. Mr. Speaker, I want to bring the attention of the House in this item 281, Light Rail, Kano Ogun, Lagos. Mr. Speaker, I'm from a zone, and none of the southeast and other zones are captured in this particular place. And this is a national budget. We have to look at it critically. It's not for a particular state, Mr. Speaker. A southeast need to be included. That is my point of order, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Your observation. I am sure in the course of the year there might be...
Mr. Speaker, no under time. It is now. Let us do it now. Mr. Speaker, observation.
They are already ongoing now.
Yours is noted, Honorable, and we'll bring it to the attention of Mr. President.
Order.
In the near future, we'll ensure that that balancing is done, okay? Please, let's make progress.
Order, please. Order, please.
Border communities infrastructure carried. Military barracks accommodation carried. Military
Event has already overtaken it.
Total capital supplementation carried. Total capital
Observation, Mr. Speaker. South for the rail. South. Decorum, please. My highly esteemed colleagues, decorum, please. Let's maintain some kind of decorum, please.
Order, please. When I'm talking, you are not supposed to also be talking. You can only raise your voice and expect to be recognized. But it's not good when we are talking, you are also talking. It's very dishonorable to us. Please. I have made my own statement or remark concerning that particular observation. And what I said is that we would bring this to the attention of Mr. President. Likely there may be another supplementary within the year. If that kind of opportunity unfolds, we will make sure that this request is channeled. Okay?
Another observation, sir.
Thank you very much. What observation?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's still on item 282, light rails. I think it didn't indicate anything, so it's an observation.
Pardon?
Something has been omitted. 282.
Which one is that? 280?
No, 282. Light rails.
Light rails.
So no
right?
location, nothing. So
Pardon?
no location, no designation, just light rails.
Light rail is a...
But all of them has money. Even that point has money again. Look at it.
It's a mistake.
But
all the ones under that one are the light rail provisions.
Look at it there. Okay.
The ones under it are the provisions, okay? Thank you.
Observation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, observation, please.
Revert back to plenary.
Observation.
To report progress.
Mr. Speaker, observation, please. My observation has to do with 267, Nigeria Intelligence Agency, NIA.
267.
267, sir. 267.
After this, we will not consider any other.
No. We are not. 267, sir.
Let me just give him the benefit. What is the problem?
Yes, the problem is the amount allocated for an hospital.
Pardon?
Amount allocated for an hospital for an agency. Well, no, it doesn't make sense, sir. For us to for the budget to appropriate 238 billion for an hospital for an agency, when we allocated 137 billion for renewable power state.
If you have that observation before we reach that number,
yes,
you should have raised.
I have been saying observation, sir. You didn't listen to us.
But we have already hit the gavel. And that means the House has taken a position on it.
It's okay.
So sorry about it, please.
You omitted 277, which is recapitalization of back industry. And also to remind Mr. Speaker,
We
You
omitted.
didn't call it. Yes, sir. You
I
didn't mention
what?
it. And equally to lend my voice, Mr. Speaker, the exclusion of the southeast
Can I see?
in the rail and roads from that infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, is one about fairness and one with historical implications for unity and development of Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, I'm taking you by your words that maybe by the supplementary budget, the southeast will be fully captured in the roads
I
and
promise
rail
you.
infrastructures.
Yeah,
And any other zone that is excluded, Mr. Speaker.
thank you.
For an extensive and very dexterous work performance in going through the budget. Having concluded that assignment, I rise to move that the House do revert to plenary to get a report on the Committee of Supply from Mr. Speaker. I so move.
My dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do revert back to plenary to report progress. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. House has resolved back to plenary. Thank you.
Let me have that water.
I consider the report of the Committee on Appropriations on a bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation the total sum of 54,990,165,355,396 naira only, of which 3,645,358,925 naira only is for statutory transfers, while 14,689,548 naira only is for debt service. The sum of 13,664,9,682,673 naira only is for recurrent non-debt expenditure, while the sum of 23,963,251,624,250 naira only is for contribution to the Development Fund for the capital expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2025. And in so doing, approved clauses 1 to 13, the schedules as amended, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Leader of the House, can you move that the House adopt the report of this Committee of Supply?
Mr. Adopt the report from the Committee of Supply as efficiently and effectively rendered by Mr. Speaker. I so move.
The minority leader, please, can you second?
The motion that the House do adopt the report as a working document of the Assembly, I so second.
Those in motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Clerk. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Clerk.
5,761,358,925 naira only is for statutory transfers. 14,317,142,689,548 naira 588 naira. 14,314,142,689,548 naira only is for debt service. 13,64,9,682,000.
Order, silence please.
Is for the current non-debt expenditure, while the sum of 23,963 billion 251,624,250 naira only is for contribution to the development of fund for capital expenditure for the year ending on the 31st December 2025. Third reading.
Be read for the third time and passed. Leader, can you move for the House to suspend its relevant rules again to adopt the votes and proceedings of today?
I rise to move that the House will suspend the relevant sections of our rules to enable us to adopt the votes and proceedings of the consideration process today. I so move.
Minority Leader, those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. The Minority Caucus is still reminding us about the meeting of all minority parties that is supposed to take place immediately after plenary. So please advise from here to move to conference room 028. That's the temporary chamber for that meeting. Announcer, Minority Leader.
As you know, the United States government has withdrawn its support for some countries in terms of providing health support, and Nigeria is among them. So the president proactively requested additional of $200 million, which is about 300 billion, to cater that health sectors for the people who have that challenge of tuberculosis, HIV, malaria, and polio. And also the executive proposals and detailed estimate and the bill is deeper with about 340 billion. So if you are able to give like 640 billion. And also we have some genuine requests from some agencies like INEC, NFIU, DSS, and other stuff. So that's what to make it 700 billion additional.
Okay, and again, capital expenditure, we have 2 trillion naira plus. What are the projects that these are going to?
There are some critical projects such as rail projects, road infrastructures, agriculture, as well as education. So that's where the money will go.
So what about funding the budget?
Yeah,
can you speak?
Yeah, definitely. As before we increase the budget, we had a meeting with the Ministry of Finance, Nigerian Customs Service, FRS, and they have confirmed to us that they will be able to come up with enough funding to for the budget.
It's okay.